How's everybody doing today? It's Friday, May 6, 2016, and the weather's starting to turn, so that's a positive sign. I just wanted to share a quick 5-minute to maybe 10-minute video with you on some sales techniques that some of our producers are having success with in the field, and they're able to use consistently to drive home points that you don't want all your money at risk right now, that there is some reason for concern. And I'm going to walk through a couple of different things, and it's something that you can easily implement in a sale or in a meeting when you feel you need to drive home a point to somebody. So I hope this video is worthwhile for everyone, and if you have any questions, you can call myself or Eugene Coyle and talk to us about the process. But this is just one of a number of ideas that we do have that we'd like to make more accessible for you, so you guys can watch it on demand right before you go into a meeting, and really just help you improve that bottom line for your business. So let's get started here. I'm going to go away. I'm going to go away for a second so I can open up the screen here. And what I want to talk about today is we're seeing a lot of people come in, they're lackadaisical with maybe the stock market or how things are performing in the stock market. We've been on a 7-year run. So one of the things I do in my meetings when I'm meeting with personal production clients, and a lot of our top guys are doing, are using the stock market historical chart. We also use this in our workshop, and as you can see here, we can brand it for you. That's John Amatuli's there, but we can brand it to your business, which we've done for a number of you guys. But if you don't have one, it's possible that we sent it to you, maybe you missed it, or you haven't gotten one. We can easily take care of that for you. So what we simply present is we just show John and Mary, if John and Mary are the client. John and Mary, this is the stock market chart from 1995 to 2015. And I just want to show you a few things about what the stock market has done over the last 20 years. So if we start here in the 1990s, this chart goes from 1995 to 2015. And by the way, this is the S&P 500. The S&P 500, as you know, John and Mary, is the stock market index comprised of 500 stocks that represent the larger stock market as a whole. So it's a good indicator if your money in the stock market is going up or down. So in the 1990s, you could have thrown a dart at a dartboard. You could have been blindfolded yourself and thrown a dart at a dartboard, picked any investment, and made money. And you can see that here. You know, we came all the way up to 2000, 2001, 2002, and a lot of millionaires were made in the 90s in the stock market. Well, we got to 2000, 2001, the tech bubble happened, which meant technology stocks were way overvalued. The dot-com bubble, companies like Apple and different tech companies like that were overvalued. Also, we had terrorist attacks that were untimely for the stock market, and we kind of got to a high in the market right here in 2000 to 2002. Well, you know what happened next? The market collapsed, and you see that here, how quickly it came down. And we kind of hit a bottom near 2003, and then throughout the 2000s, we started to climb again. We climbed back up. And you see, we pretty much get back to where we were on the stock market earlier in the decade. We get to 2007, 2008, and you know what happens again, the housing bubble, easy credit. You didn't even have to job or show an income. You could get a house. That caused a lot of problems with real estate values, and a lot of things were inflated. So with the recent movie, The Big Short, maybe you've seen that and you know a little bit about that. And then we come back down here, 07, 08. Depending on what you were invested in, you could have lost 30 to 60% of your investment money. And if you were retiring at that time, that could have been very devastating, because if you're retired on fixed income and you're starting to pull money from your portfolio and you have a drastic correction like that, it's going to be very hard to get back where you used to be. And now you're going to be concerned the rest of your retirement. Am I going to outlive my money? Or is my money going to outlive me? We always want our money to outlive us. So we just point out that there's a lot of people who retired here that end up having to go back to work because their 401k became a 201k. And then we grew again throughout the later part of the first decade, 09 and 2010, all the way up to where we are today. This goes through the end of 2015. And the market through the first 5 months of the year has been up and down, very volatile, very choppy, but on the S&P 500, it's pretty much where it is on this chart. So our question for everyone out there is, you know, where do you think the market's going to go next? How much longer can we go up? We kind of been in the seesaw pattern for the last 20 years, and we know history repeats itself. The other thing is, just imagine if that was you back in 08. How would you feel if you were in that situation? You had just retired, supposed to be the golden years of your life, and the market sinks 30 or 40%. That would sure put a damper on your recent retirement. So not only do we look to protect your money because we do think the market correction will happen, it's also going to help you sleep better at night. And we're not saying that you have to put all of your money into an account, which we're going to show you, a safe money account, but we think it's good to have some type of allocation to that account. And at the end of the day, you're the boss of your money. So, you know, this is where we stand today, and we don't have a crystal ball, but, you know, we're on one of the longest bull markets here in history. In fact, it's the second longest bull market in history. And the other stat that I want to tell people is there's been 2 stock market corrections of 10% or more in the last 8 months or so. And the last time that had occurred would be 1929, 2000, and 2008. Ironically, all years where Armageddon, so to speak, happened in the market and everybody lost a bunch of money. So you've made those gains. Why not get some money now and put it in a place that we can still grow it safely and never give our money back to the market? Warren Buffett says the #1 rule to investing is never to lose money. So guys, that's kind of what we run through with clients. We just show them this is what the stock market's done. At the end of the day, they're the boss of their money. You know, we just like to show clients this and really make the point that at the end of the day, you know, there is risk out there. We do have this chart for everybody that we can give it all to you. We can customize it, and we'd be happy to do that for you if you don't already have it. If you do have it and you are using it, that's great. Even I can get better at the presentation on that chart. We all can get better. But I can tell you it has made a point in my workshops and in my sales process to really show people that, hey, you know, Armageddon's out there, and people have heard the market's gone up, but when they see a visual image of it, an image speaks 1,000 words, in my opinion. So they may have heard from Uncle Johnny the market's been up, but they're not in the business like we are every day. They haven't seen a chart like this. It hasn't been presented to them this way. And when they see that line that's going up like a spaceship, it really has an effect. And when you tell them, I'm not telling you to put 100% of your money, but put 50 or 60% in here, you know, they understand the point. At least you're getting the point across, and that's the first step in the sales process. The next step, obviously, is we got to go and show them what we're going to put them in and walk them through our indexed annuity product, which we have a whole sales process for that. We have the 10 points to the annuity sale that we can show you. The other thing I want to show you really quickly is we do have the chart story written out for you. So we can give you the chart story and the chart, and you can study that. So I'll bring up the chart story for you here if I can find it. I got a million things open. But here's the chart story. If we read through it, the following S&P 500 stock market chart was tracked for the past 20 years from 1995 to 2015. As you see, the market had a good run in the 90s. Most stocks and mutual funds accounts went up in value. In fact, you probably could have blindfolded yourself and thrown a dart at the market. It was difficult to see a stock or mutual fund go down in value. And we always make the point, if you had an advisor and you were losing money in the 90s, he should have been fired. After the turn of the century, you'll see a market correction through 2001, 2002 with the terrorist attack. Then we had another run until late 2007, and we had a correction 2007, 2008. The market went down approximately 40%. And many people who retired at that time may have lost nearly all of their life savings and market losses. Since 2009 through today, we've had another good run in the market. The market has been up for 6 straight years. Well, it's now basically 7, so we can update that. And we just ask people, where do you think the market is going next? We say this in our workshops. We also say this in our sales, and most people reply down. Since the inception of the market, we have never had 7 straight years of gains. Well, that's changing right now. The market was up only a little bit in 2015. But the biggest thing is we want to incorporate a story. And Eugene Coyle had the privilege of seeing Ty Bennett speak, and so did John Amatuli at American Equity Conference. And he's big on incorporate the person you're talking with into the story. Nobody cares about a story if it doesn't involve them. So if you say, imagine if that was you in 2008, it really makes an impact and hits on the emotion. So there's a story that you can go through and read through as well. I'm not going to read all of that for you, but read through that story. It talks about a client who lost half of her savings in 2008, and she was talked out of moving into the indexed account by her son and her broker. And it just says you have to do what's best for you. Don't let other people make decisions for you. But the biggest thing I want to emphasize is put your client into that story. Say, imagine if that was you in 2008. How would you feel? And you can ask them an open-ended question and see how they react to that. A lot of them are going to say, I wouldn't feel good. And they're going to see that there is a problem with where their money is currently today, and that's really 75% of the battle. And then you learn the sales process, and many of you do have that down, but we can all improve, myself included. Even top producers in the field can improve. So that's really it for today, guys. One other quick thing I'll show you is incorporating articles as well. I just had it. Where did it go? Articles like this, in addition, are very powerful to show this market downturn. So I want you guys to see this and use articles like this. I just Googled this article, stocks lower on weak jobs report as NASDAQ near 10% correction. And that's from today, May 6th. And it's just saying that even though the S&P 500 is even, not all sectors of the stock market are even. Technology stocks are down almost 10%. And it shows you they're down almost 10% from their high, which was in, let's see here. I know it says it in the article. Earlier, the tech-heavy index was more than 10% below its record close in July and back in correction territory, but has trimmed that loss to 9.8%. So you could highlight that and show them there are sectors of the stock market that are getting volatile, and we're kind of stalled out at the top. So in summary, I hope this helps you guys. If you implement it, I think it'll work for you for some of your sales. And if you have any questions, please give me a call, and or Eugene Coyle a call, or Jen Smith, and we'll be able to assist you with getting you these charts and getting you the chart story if you don't already have it. So we appreciate your time today, and feel free to view this video before any appointment to refresh your memory before you walk in there. Thanks.